Good morning, Mrs. Burke, Miss Carino, Mrs. Hazel, and Mrs. Roman's class, continuing to read Wonder by RJ Palacio, starting on page 193, Our Town. We're doing the play Our Town for the spring show this year. Olivia dares me to try out for the lead role, the stage manager, and somehow I get it. Total fluke. Never got any lead roles in anything before. I tell Olivia she brings me good luck. Unfortunately, she didn't get the female lead. Emily Gibbs, the pink-haired girl named Miranda, gets it. Olivia gets a bit part and is also the Emily understudy. I'm actually more disappointed than Olivia is. She almost seems relieved. I don't love people staring at me, she says, which is sort of strange coming from such a pretty girl. A part of me thinks that she blew her audition on purpose. The spring show is at the end of April. It's mid-March now, so that is less than 6 weeks to memorize my part, plus rehearsal time, plus practicing with my band, plus finals, plus spending time with Olivia. It's going to be a rough 6 weeks, that's for sure. Mr. Davenport, the drama teacher, is already manic about the whole thing. Will drive us crazy by the time it's over, no doubt. I heard through the grapevine that he's been planning on doing The Elephant Man, but changed it to Our Town at the last minute. And that change took a week off the rehearsal schedule. Not looking forward to the craziness of next month and a half. Ladybug. Olivia and I are sitting on her front stoop. She's helping me with my lines. It's a warm March evening, almost like summer. The sky is still bright cyan, but the sun is low and the sidewalks are streaked with long shadows. I'm reciting, yes. The sun's come up over 1,000 times. Summers and winters have cracked the mountains a little bit more, and the rains have brought down some of the dirt. Some babies that aren't even born have been talking regular sentences already, and a number of people who thought they were right young and spry have noticed they can't bound up a flight of stairs like they used to, without their heart fluttering a little. I shake my head. I can't remember the rest. All that can happen in 1,000 days, Olivia prompts me, reading from the script. Right, I say, shaking my head. I sigh. I'm wiped. Olivia, how the heck am I going to remember all these lines? You will, she answers confidently. She reaches out and cups her hands over a ladybug that appears out of nowhere. See? A good luck sign, she says, slowly lifting her top hand to reveal the ladybug walking on the palm of her other hand. Good luck or just the hot weather, I joke. Of course good luck, she answers, watching the ladybug crawl up her wrist. There should be a thing about making a wish on a ladybug. Augie and I used to do that with fireflies when we were little. She cups her hand over the ladybug again. Come on, make a wish. Close your eyes. I dutifully close my eyes. A long second passes, then I open them. Did you make a wish, she asks. Yep. She smiles, uncups her hands, and the ladybug, as if on cue, spreads her wings and flits away. Don't you want to know what I wished for, I ask, kissing her. No, she answers shyly, looking up at the sky, which at this very moment is the exact color of her eyes. I made a wish too, she says mysteriously, but she has so many things that she could wish for. I have no idea what she's thinking. The bus stop. Olivia's mom, Augie, Jack, and Daisy come down the stoop just as I'm saying goodbye to Olivia. Slightly awkward since we are in the middle of a nice long kiss. Hey guys, says the mom, pretending not to see anything, but the two boys are giggling. Hi, Mrs. Pullman. Please call me Isabel, Justin, she says again. It's like the third time she's told me this, so I really need to start calling her that. I'm heading home, I say, as if to explain. Oh, are you heading to the subway, she says, following the dog with the newspaper. Can you walk Jack to the bus stop? No problem. That's okay with you, Jack, Mom asks him, and he shrugs. Justin, can you stay with him till the bus comes? Of course. We all say our goodbyes. Olivia winks at me. You don't have to stay with me, says Jack as we're walking up the block. I take the bus by myself all the time. Augie's mom is way too overprotective. He's got a low, gravelly voice, like a little tough guy. He kind of looks like one of those little rascal kids in the old black and white movies, like he should be wearing a newsboy cap and knickers. We get to the bus stop and the schedule says the bus will be there in 8 minutes. I'll wait with you, I tell him. Up to you, he shrugs. Can I borrow $1? I want some gum. I fish $1 out of my pocket and watch him cross the street to the grocery store on the corner. He seems too small to be walking around by himself somehow. Then I think how I was that young when I started taking the subway by myself. Way too young. I'm going to be an overprotective dad someday. I know it. My kids are going to know I care. I'm waiting there a minute or two when I notice 3 kids walking up the block from the other direction. They walk right past the grocery store, but one of them looks inside and nudges the other 2, and they all back up and look inside. I can tell they're up to no good, all elbowing each other and laughing. One of them is Jack's height, but the other two look much bigger, more like teens. They hide behind the fruit stand in the front of the store, and when Jack walks out, they trail behind him, making loud throw-up noises. Jack casually turns around at the corner to see who they are, and they run away, high-fiving each other and laughing, little jerks. Jack crosses the street like nothing happened and stands next to me at the bus stop, blowing a bubble. "Friends of yours?" I finally say. "Ha," he says. He's trying to smile, but I can see he's upset. "Just some jerks from my school," he says. "A kid named Julian and his two gorillas, Henry and Miles." "Do they bother you a lot like that?" "No, they've never done that before. They never do that in school or they'd get kicked out. Julian lives 2 blocks from here, so I guess it was just bad luck running into him." "Oh, okay," I nod. "It's not a big deal," I assure him. We both automatically look down Amesford Ave to see if the bus is coming. "We're sort of in a war," he says after a minute, and that explains everything. Then he pulls out this crumpled piece of loose-leaf paper from his jeans pocket and gives it to me. I unfold it, and it's a list of names in 3 columns. "He's turned the whole grade against me," says Jack. "Not the whole grade," I point out. I look down at the list. "He leaves me notes in my lockers that says things like, 'Everybody hates you.' You should tell your teacher about that." Jack looks at me like I'm an idiot and shakes his head. "Anyway, you have all these neutrals," I say, pointing to the list. "If you get them on your side, things will even up a bit." "Yeah, well, that's not going to happen," he says sarcastically. "Why not?" He shoots me another look like I am absolutely the stupidest guy he's ever talked to in the world. "What?" I say. He shakes his head like I'm hopeless. "Let's just say," he says, "I'm friends with someone who isn't exactly the most popular kid in the school." Then it hits me what he's not coming out and saying. August. This is all about his being friends with August, and he doesn't want to tell me because I'm the sister's boyfriend. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. We see the bus coming down Amesford Avenue. "Well, just hang in there," I tell him, handing back the paper. "Middle school's about as bad as it gets, and then it gets better. Everything will work out." He shrugs and shoves the list back into his pocket. We wave by when he gets on the bus, and I watch it pull away. When I get to the subway station 2 blocks away, I see the same 3 kids hanging out in front of the bagel place next door. They're still laughing and yuck-yucking each other like they're some kind of gangbangers, little rich boys in expensive skinny jeans acting tough. Don't know what possesses me, but I take my glasses off, put them in my pocket, tuck my fiddle case under my arm so the pointy side is facing up. I walk over to them, my face scrunched up, mean-looking. They look at me, laughs dying on their lips when they see me, ice cream cones at odd angles. "Yo, listen up, don't mess with Jack," I say really slowly, gritting my teeth. My voice all Clint Eastwood tough guy. "Mess with him again and you will be very, very sorry." Then I tap my fiddle case for effect. "Got it?" They nod in unison, ice cream dripping into their hands. "Good," I nod. Mysteriously, then sprint down the subway, 2 steps at a time. Rehearsal. The play's taking up most of my time as we get closer to opening night. Lots of lines to remember. Long monologues where it's just me talking. Olivia had this great idea, though, and it's helping. I have my fiddle with me on stage and play it a bit while I'm talking. It's not written that way, but Mr. Davenport thinks it adds an extra folksy element to the stage manager plucking on a fiddle. For me, it's so great because whenever I need a second to remember my next line, I just start playing a little Soldier's Joy on my fiddle, and it buys me some time. I've gotten to know the kids in the show a lot better, especially the pink-haired girl who plays Emily. Turns out she's not nearly as stuck-up as I thought she was, given the crowd she hangs out with. Her boyfriend's this built jock who's a big deal on the varsity sports circuit at school. It's a whole world that I have nothing to do with. So I'm kind of surprised that this Miranda girl turns out to be kind of nice. One day we're sitting on the floor backstage waiting for the tech guys to fix the main spotlight. "So how long have you and Olivia been dating?" she asks out of the blue. "About 4 months now," I say. "Have you met her brother?" she asks casually. It's so unexpected that I can't hide my surprise. "You know Olivia's brother?" I ask. "Via didn't tell you? We used to be good friends. I've known Augie since he was a baby." "Oh yeah, I think I knew that," I answer. I don't want to let on that Olivia has never told me any of this. I don't want to let on how surprised I am that she called her Via. Nobody but Olivia's family calls her Via. And here this pink-haired girl who I thought was a stranger is calling her Via. Miranda laughs and shakes her head, but she doesn't say anything. There's an awkward silence, and then she starts fishing through her bag and pulls out her wallet. She rifles through a couple of pictures and hands one to me. It's of a little boy in the park on a sunny day. He's wearing shorts and a t-shirt and an astronaut helmet that covers his entire head. It was like 100 degrees that day, she says, smiling at the picture, but he wouldn't take that helmet off for anything. He wore it for like 2 years straight, in the winter, in the summer, at the beach. It was crazy. Yeah, I've seen pictures at Olivia's house. I'm the one who gave him that helmet, she says. She sounds a little proud of that. She takes the picture and carefully inserts it back into her wallet. Cool, I say. So you're okay with that? With it? She says, looking at me. I look at her blankly. Okay with what? She raises her eyebrows like she doesn't believe me. You know what I'm talking about, she says, and takes a long drink from her water bottle. Let's face it, she continues. The universe was not kind to Augie Pullman. We will stop here in Reading Wonder.